Look, there's a letter missing from Pisces, so don't think that I don't know. I do know. I just can't do anything about it. I considered trying to draw an S on, and then I thought, don't do that. You're better than that. A younger me would have written it on, but now I'm just like, don't sweat it. Usually make things worse when I do stuff like that. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Pisces' highest good. How is Pisces feeling in this final week of July 2025 and the beginning days of August 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Pisces, please. Queen of Wands reversed. You could be feeling a bit lackluster at the moment. Queen of Wands, when she's upright, is someone who's very confident, ambitious, self-assured, sexy. Cassiopeia is a very, very vain character in Greek mythology. She knows what she's got, she knows what she's worth, okay, and she goes and gets it. It's Sagittarian energy, like fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. When it's reversed, it could be those qualities accentuated in either direction. So it could be that you're unconfident at the moment, or you could be overbearing and bossy. You could be like either way, you know. I mean, you're Pisces, so that's very unusual for you to be bossy and overbearing. You more like go with the flow. You're quite light-hearted. You're a big dreamer, very caring. Like you're water energy. You're a water sign, so you're either being bossy and overbearing and over-ambitious, or you're being someone who's lackluster, feeling weakened, feeling unambitious. Anna, you can watch the Scorpio reading, which I did a couple of hours ago on this live. You just have to rewind it, or I can do you a personal reading. But you would have to pay £18. I don't take super chats because I can't at the moment. And I don't want to do like answering questions in the lives because they're long enough doing the collectives. But I will eventually do lives with super chats when I can do super chats. If you want a personal reading, it'll be 20 minutes. It'll be a video that I pre-record, and it'll just be you. It won't be collective, so you'll know it's definitely about you. So the link to my PayPal is in the description for the channel, and it'd be £18, which is quite good, really. It's a good price. Sagittarius I've already done. You can rewind for Sagittarius. Okay, so back to Pisces. We got the Fool and the Two of Cups. What is going on, Pisces? You've got it bad for someone. You've got it really, really bad. So rather than bossy and overbearing, I'm going to say that you are being very sultry, seductive, passionate, lusty. I mean, I can't speak for what Pisces are like in the bedroom, but you've definitely got it bad for someone. Queen of Wands can also be in a third-party situation, the other man, the other woman. But I'm not really getting that. I'm getting the Fool and Two of Cups, so maybe just new energy. Although a Queen is someone that has responsibilities, so let's get some more cards. You could just have like quite a good job in work, but you could have excuse me, you could have children. You could be married and having an affair. I don't know. Could be a widower. A single parent. This King of Pentacles coming out like everyone's finances seem to be pretty bad at the moment, you know. What's up with that? Eight of Cups, walking away from a relationship. King of Pentacles reversed. The Chariot reversed. Page of Cups. Page of Cups could be an expression of emotion. It could be any emotion. It could be happy. It could be sad. It could be an apology. Asking for forgiveness. The Chariot overturned is like failure, lost defeat at the last minute. Because when you jump into the Chariot, you're making a move. And it's a bold one. It's transport. You know, you're getting in your car and you are going to tell someone, look, I want to be with you, or will you marry me, or like, let's elope together. Like, it's a making big emperor jumps into the Chariot. He intends to win. So when the Chariot overturns, something's lost. There's failure of something and then walking away. There's a downgrading of something. There's a loss of money. So I do feel there's a separation here. But that makes no sense after the Fool and the Two of Cups. Are you choosing to leave a marriage or a relationship because you've met someone new? Because it wouldn't make any sense to have the Two of Cups with a Queen of Wands and a King of Pentacles. It would be like the Six of Cups or the Four of Wands. It would be like, you know, a card of like, we own a home together. We're in an exclusive long-term relationship that's very, very stable. Or like 10 of Pentacles or 10 of Cups, you know, like The Two of Cups is like when you're dating someone and you just first fall in love with each other and it's mutual. It's at the beginning. And here we've got separation. And then a huge outgoing of money. Pisces, you could be leaving someone that you're married to in order to pursue this new love. The other option is you try being in a relationship with someone, you know, you both mature people, both have kids or both have good jobs, houses, responsibilities, and it doesn't work out and you walk away. This is you walking away from someone, whether it's the new person or someone that you're married to or living with. You're going to leave them. And money's going to be tight for a while. Let's get cards for your person. The one that you're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in the future. Ten of Pentacles. So this is the person that you are married to and that you're leaving. Okay, and you leaving means they no longer have lasting generational wealth. They're going to lose half of that. Okay, so the result is like a loss of savings, a loss of assets, division of savings, division of assets. Living in a smaller place, having to pay, you know, a full rent, pay a deposit, having to downsize to a smaller, much smaller place or in a worse area, you know. So change in status here. The Judgment, a call to action. There's a need for this person to act. They're going to have to be like a phoenix and rise from the ashes. Ten of Cups, family. Happy family life. It could just be that this person's going to accept the ending and they're going to, you know, prioritize the feelings of the children and like you keep things light, keep things functioning. Or you're going to leave and then you're going to apologize and you'll be reunited. I don't know exactly what is going on here because a Ten of Pentacles reversed wouldn't be someone that's like Two of Cups. It wouldn't be the new person unless they're leaving something. But it doesn't look like they are because they've got the Judgment and the Ten of Cups, which is like a complete family. Everyone in the family's happy. I just don't think a new person would be Ten of Pentacles reversed and then the Ten of Cups upright. I think this is your person. The one that you're like married to. It's either the one that you're married to or the one that you're meeting is very established and has a family. They have kids. But they're losing savings because they're going through a divorce or something. Let's get 3 for the outcome. There's definitely two people that you're connected to. There's a new person, and there's the person you were married to and have a family with. A family or a home. And then there's, on this side, like, whoever this is, there's going to be like a call to action, and then there's going to be like a rebirth of something, and the family's going to be really joyous and content with it. Three of Swords in the outcome, heartbreak. Maybe the family will be contented, but you'll be living from separate homes. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is like romantic energy. So that would make sense for the new person. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is like, it's literally half of the Ten of Pentacles. It's being impoverished again, like being like in a state of lack. Not being, full of wealth, full of assets, savings, but being in a state of lack where it's like a struggle, money's a struggle. I think this is the person that you have a family with. You're going to divide assets, but you're going to prioritise the happiness of the children, because if this was reversed, the family would be like very unhappy, like chaotic, but it's upright, so everyone's like contented, emotionally contented, the wealth's being divided. And the Knight of Cups is like being in your feels over someone. The Three of Swords, and you're like that's heartbreak. You're leaving someone, and I think this is the person that you're leaving, but you're going to prioritize your family's happiness, like the kids' happiness. But I think you're like trying to see where it goes with a new person, like, romantically. You might look at the spread and think, no, I know what that means. Like, I'm just trying to read for a lot of people. And I'm not a fly on the wall. Not at all. Because I think you two know each other. I think this is your ex. I'm not gonna clarify it and look for drama or anything. I'm gonna get you advice, okay? Thanks for the loves. Thank you. Keeps me going. It doesn't have to be perfect. Life is weird. It's full of ups and downs. We only make decisions, with the knowledge that we have at the time. We can't ask any more of ourselves than that. Everyone makes mistakes. Sometimes it's repairable, sometimes it's not. But in the end, things settle down, things find a way of working out, we recover, we get used to the idea that things have changed, that things are different now, and then all of a sudden we're okay with it and new comes along. It's how it is. Sometimes people reunite, reconcile. Stranger things have happened. Life is a rich tapestry. Full of events, very, very eventful. It's draining sometimes. Sometimes it's boring and you think, God, I shouldn't be complaining that I'm bored, because there's plenty of drama in life. Don't worry about what things look like, okay? It hasn't got to be perfect. Oh, I don't know. You'll have to Google that and, do like one of those. I used to do that all the time. If I was like obsessed for a person, I would find out what their star sign is and then go on like astronomy. Is it astronomy.com or like love astronomy or something like that? And see if they're compatible signs. I used to love doing that. Where am I up to? I'm getting distracted. Oh yeah, advice. Doesn't have to be perfect. Energy. Stop trying to please everyone. Everyone is a whole lot of people. Protect your energy, Pisces. Okay, so you're being asked to stop worrying. Okay, stop rushing around trying to please everyone. The kids will be fine. Okay. Things will sort out, things will settle down. You get into a new routine, okay? Everyone does, because you have to. The only thing that heals stuff is time. The only way you can build a new routine is by doing it every day. So you need a certain number of days to go by. And as that happens, things just start to get easier. They start to make sense. They start to become more automatic instead of an effort. You know what I mean? It is better with time. Right. I've done all the signs, Anna. So I did yesterday the first 6 zodiac signs. So Aries through to Virgo, and then tonight I've done Libra to Pisces. If you don't know the order of the zodiac signs, you just Google that and I affirm myself by saying no when necessary. I get this a lot for the Queen of Wands, Sometimes the Queen of Wands is very energetic to the point where, fire's unrelenting and you can do too much and people get used to it and take it for granted. They don't realise that you're getting burnout. They don't realise that you're overwhelmed, that you're tired, you're strung out. And I think sometimes fire signs, and then you're a water sign, Pisces, but you're showing up as a fire sign. And again, that isn't really right for you. You should be like going with the flow. You need to be mindful of your own energy levels, your own limitations, your own capacities, and don't let anyone take the piss. Say no sometimes, okay? I alone hold the truth of who I am. I know the secret of attraction is to love myself. That's quite an interesting one to come out, isn't it? The secret of attraction is to love myself. Stop trying to please everyone. It doesn't have to be perfect. I wonder if you were staying in a situation because you thought it was the right thing to do. You know, like the way people stay in a family dynamic, like living in the same house because they think, well, I must do that. It's the right thing to do. People can tell when you're doing that, when you're going through the motions. It's okay to have a blended family. It's okay to have an atypical setup. You know what I mean? I think there's more people living atypically than there are typically. It's just a numbers thing, do you know what I mean? Like, have a look at the numbers and you'll feel better. There's something about, like, not, you know, like this Cassiopeia, she's very much about what everyone sees, you know, of her and how she's perceived by people. Keeping up appearances and all that. Who are you doing it for? Do you know what I mean? You can be a slave to society if you're not careful. You gotta live life for yourself. Live it authentically. So the first 6 zodiac signs I did yesterday, so that Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. And then tonight I did the second lot of 6, so that's Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. I'm sorry for yawning, but it's like 1 a.m. here. Oregano releases limitations and discomfort. It's okay to ask for a divorce. It's okay to break up a family because you're not denying your children a future. You're not denying them financial opportunity. You're not denying them time with you or the aspect of being loved and cared for and wanted. They're going to get all of that, you know, just from 2 abodes instead of 1. You can co-parent, you can love your children across 2 households. You don't need to do everything in the same roof for it to work. In fact, it goes toxic if you're not getting along and you're passive aggressive with each other in front of your children and you keep being like that. They're going to think that that's normal. They're going to think that's what a healthy relationship is, or that's what you do, you know. Same with arguing or violence. What are you portraying to be normal, healthy, and, you know, would you want them to do that? Would you want your children to, you know, have arguments or have long, like, days where they don't talk to each other and the kids are sat miserable? You know, be a role model, like, in all ways, like, show them that it's okay to live separately and love your children. Because everyone deserves peace, children included. Everyone deserves to genuinely have the space to feel how they actually feel instead of keeping up pretenses. Everyone deserves to be loved and to feel loved. If you keep cohabiting with someone that you don't love anymore, you're making them miserable in their own home. Do you know what I mean? It's not selfish to break up or separate, because what's worse is using someone's best years of their life to make them feel miserable and alone in their own home. That is evil. And people do it because they're like worried about what society will think about divorce. What will people say about it? Who fucking cares? With all due respect, who cares what other people will say about it? Both people in a household deserve to feel loved, to be loved, not to have someone move their hands away from theirs, not to turn their cheeks so they can avoid kissing them, not to talk to them without looking at them. Like, what? What is that? No one deserves to live like that. So, you know, we're too old to be worried about what people will say. What do I need? One more positive affirmation. I am capable of achieving all of my goals and my dreams. Okay, so you got to put what you want first. Don't give a fuck about anyone else. Okay, obviously you care about kids. If you've got kids, obviously you care about, you know, an ex who's like been there when your children were born, who has once loved you, who you've once been in love with. You got mutual respect and all that. But we're not worried about what Joe Public thinks and what they're going to say if we separate. That is just bollocks. Too grown up for that. We're not in a playground, okay? So don't worry what people think. That's ridiculous. I think there's been an issue, hasn't there? A generational issue, worrying about what parents will think. What will parents say? What will parents think? You know, but that's because they always had to worry what their parents would say and what their parents would think. It's 2025. It is what it is. If your contract has expired, if it would be toxic to stay together, if it would mean one of you or both of you feeling lonely in your own home, then you split up, and that's just how it is. Okay, they're just going to have to deal with it. They just need to receive the information. They don't need to comment on it. They don't need to have an opinion on it. They just need to receive the information and know that it's happening. Okay? Right, take care, Pisces. I hope this resonates with some people. Please give me a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. I will consider doing a work, business, finance, education reading midweek, because I'm off at the moment. It's the summer and I'm a teacher, so I can do it. I know a lot of people want to know what's going on for them financially. Okay, so look out for that. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.